This is a Maxwell Investment Group Company Limited truck. It's coming to Tema. So everyone in the picture see the truck has finished everything loaded. Maxwell Investment Group Limited. So that is it.
Hello, Black Economics family. I hope you're all doing amazing today. I would like to thank Don for giving me this opportunity to address our community. And it's because the world is shifting. Things feel very uncertain, and the economy everywhere is very unpredictable. There's a lot of fear out there, but in the words of Jim Moriarty, you know that I support villains in movie, he told Sherlock Holmes, you can feel it, but you don't have to fear it. Once Sherlock heard that, he stopped panicking and he leveled up. And that is what I want to start my conversation with you today with. It is time to level up. It is time for us as Black entrepreneurs to stay focused and think even bigger and build stronger businesses. History has shown us that our people are resilient. We have built empires, we've survived the toughest challenges, and we've created wealth even when the odds are stacked against us. And now is the time to go beyond survival because it is time to thrive. Most people would rather downplay exactly where to reach within hard times. I say, let's borrow the words of Jim Moriarty. Feel it, don't fear it, don't panic, level up. All I ever wanted to do is create a business where I can, for me personally, my story, where I remember a turning point in my life when we had the first soya bean conference in Ghana. And one of the farmers came to say, Dr. Maxwell, look at my shoe. It was a short conversation. He was very smiley, but then it hit me. Wow. So it means that if I hadn't collaborated with this person, the person would buy a new shoe. I have affected the life of that person. I came to understand it's a drug, it's an endorphin rush that comes when you know you are affecting the community that you operate in. And I've been chasing this drug ever since. The ability to empower your community. It's why Maxwell Investments Group, as agro commodities traders, we are currently present in over 200 communities in Ghana. We are a Ghana free zone company. We have a microcredit license, licensed by the Bank of Ghana. We have an inclusive insurance license to ensure that the impoverished and marginalized in society get the necessary insurance cover that they have. In Ghana, insurance penetration is 1%. It is my job or my task and my charge to ensure that those that don't have access to financial services, like very crucial insurance, are able to get it. And I can't wait for the impact reports that come out. Speaking about impact, Maxwell Investment Group just joined the UN Global Compact Network. And it's all a testament to my team and how much we just push to be an impactful people. We've defined what impact means. Yes, I'm an agro commodities trader. I purchase and I sell soya bean, cashew, sesame seeds, shea nuts. I sell to some of the biggest companies around Africa, like Wilma and so what? So is that what makes us special? No. What makes me special is I know I'm dealing with the largest agricultural commodities, the agricultural network or union in Ghana. To know that I traded 150,000 farmers. To know that just in November alone, I added 20,000 new farmers and new agro-commodity supply chain players to my supply chain. It makes me happy to know that I have these people saying, Doc, thank you very much for what you did. Thank you very much for giving me fair market pricing. My tomato was worth X today. In 1 week, it would have been worth less. You were here to buy it from me on the spot. And that is what gives me joy. My work affects people. So we need to rise as a collective because I can't do everything. You can't do everything. But together, we can do way too much. We can do way too much. Every dollar, every cedi, every safer, every kobo, every naira, every pound, every US dollar spent within the black community helps us grow wealthier. We need to be intentional. We need to shop black. We need to invest black. We need to support black. It's just how we will grow as a collective. I am terrified of mentorship. I won't lie to you. Because I know that as much as I can make people, I can also break them. Yet we need to avail ourselves to be able to share the knowledge that we have to the younger generation coming so they did not make the same mistakes that we did. Our ancestors passed down wisdom. We must do the same. We must share our business knowledge. We must share our financial literacy. And we must share our success strategies. If I found a way to bring agro commodities all the way from Mali and Niger, or Niger through Mali, through Burkina Faso, through Tema, to the port, to the high seas, to the US, to Singapore, I need to share that with someone. The young agro commodities traders out there that will call me, Doc, I want to work with you. How do you do? I tell them, don't send me 4 questions that are power packed. And I hope that my answers to the questions helps all of us stay focused to break through the obstacles and to build lasting legacies that will see us and the generations to come. This morning, the first question was that in a world of turmoil, how do we stay focused and build bigger businesses? As I'm saying, I mean, after the conversation, it was more like, how do you think we should go ahead to do this? Because the reality is, we are living in unpredictable times. There are economic downturns, political shifts, global challenges that affects everybody, and many entrepreneurs all over the world, especially black entrepreneurs, are feeling stuck and worried and unsure about our future. But again, history has proven that great businesses are built during tough times, not after tough times. Amazon went through, a time when they didn't make a profit for so many years. Look at Netflix, almost went out of business. Airbnb rose from all the recessions. So what we need is a mindset shift. We need to shift our mindset. We need to understand that fear will paralyze you. I'm sensing a lot of fear whenever I talk to my colleagues. Fear will paralyze you, but vision will drive you. Instead of focusing on the problems, we need to focus on solutions. How can we serve more people? How can we build more businesses? How can we build bigger businesses? How can we do more turnover? How can we just build on what we have in spite of what's happening and not because of what's happening? So your mind is your biggest asset. Control your focus and you control your destiny. So my practical steps that I will say is buckle it down to the small stuff, daily routines for success. Start daily rituals. For instance, every morning, to start with daily rituals, you have to buckle it down to every day. Of course, you need a long-term plan, but most of these things start with small steps. Again, as I always say, if you want to eat a whale, you eat it one bite at a time. So start with very intensive actions in the morning. You pray, you meditate, you visualize your success. You look at what do I need to do to move one step further than I was yesterday. Your competition is yesterday. So how can I get better today? Small stuff. The second thing that I would say is surround yourself with winners. Your circle of influence is basically who you are because they influence your thinking. You have to connect with visionaries, mentors, and action takers that are going to push you to do things that you wouldn't have done individually. And stay educated, stay abreast with things. The World Wide Web is there. At first, I remember I had to go to the library to dig through books, plenty books, before I would find some information. Now everything is on the internet. Every book is on Amazon. Stay educated, stay adaptable, learn about the market trends, read reports, invest in your skills, and always be ready to pivot because things can change just like that. always be ready to pivot. And then, like I said, you start with small steps, but then set big goals. After you set the big goals, of course, you have to set big smart goals. Smart, smart, using the smart model. But aside setting big goals, a dream without an action is like a wish. You have to learn to execute. I'll take execution over planning in any time. Take massive action towards your business growth because tough times create tough entrepreneurs. Are you ready to rise? That's the question you need to ask yourself. And if you are, start with daily rituals, small steps. Yesterday is your target to beat. How are you better today than yesterday? Surround yourself with winners. And read reports, listen to the market trends. Just invest in yourself and your skill. Be ready to pivot at any time. If something happens, you pivot. You set your big goals and then you execute. That is what I say to that. Don also asked me how Black-owned businesses in Africa are making huge leaps. I think this question is very important because representation fuels belief. When we see people like us winning, we know it's possible, which is why I love the Black Economics Network. Because if you see people like yourself doing it, that's how you know it's possible. There are people in the villages in rural Ghana where I work that have no idea that women can be president, that have no idea of certain things, right? Yeah, and when you see yourself, you see your skin color, you see the person, oh, it's a man like me, it's a young person like me making it, then you know that you can also do that. So representation fuels belief, like I said. And across Africa, Black entrepreneurs are making some powerful moves. We are not just small business owners, we are empire builders. Together, we are building an empire. And incredible examples of Black owned businesses that are successful in Africa, of course, is our one and only Aliko Dangote. I cannot, Dawn keeps reminding me Aliko Dangote. I keep telling her, please, I beg you. That man is on another level. But you see, it's good to know a Black man, right? A Black man in Africa, Nigeria here can take a plane 30 minutes, 1 hour there. It's now worth over 10 billion. He owns food processing, factories. He owns oil refineries. Representation matters. So from small trading in Africa to the largest industrial empire, this Black man has done it. You look at Missy Iwa in Zimbabwe from Econet Wireless, and he's also, done some fantastic stuff. He was denied licenses for 5 years. He kept pushing and pushing and pushing resilience. He pivoted, and now he's built a multi-million-dollar telecoms and tech empire across Africa. Then you go to Cameroon, you look at Rebecca Echongon. I hope I got the name right. And she's such a powerful advocate for tech startups. And this tech entrepreneur is transforming African businesses with cutting-edge software. I could go on. Our very famous Vusi. I think Vusi should trademark his name. Vusi is known everywhere now. I see him everywhere, from TikTok, Snap, to everywhere. I think it's Vusi Tembekwayo. Vusi from South Africa is now a public speaking business mogul. And he started off as a motivational speaker and now runs a multi-million-dollar investment firm. And this is why personal branding and leadership is very important, because it can generate growth and wealth. And I think we've been saying that at Maxwell Investments Group. So these are not just business people, they are legacy builders who are not different from you and me. They are Black-owned businesses that started small and have gotten there. The third question that Dawn asked me was, how can we navigate past, all the disappointments and the disasters, right? And the hard truth is that every successful entrepreneur should have faced failure at some point. Failure is inherent in the success. You cannot move forward if you have not overcome something. And overcoming something is overcoming the barrier. The barrier is the failure. So failure is inherent in success. It's on the path there. Oprah was famously fired from her first TV job. There are many Black Wall Street businesses that were destroyed. But the entrepreneurial spirit still remained. We all face setbacks. I have faced it. You faced it, I'm sure. But these setbacks are just setups for bigger comebacks. So you have to find ways of overcoming and pushing everything forward. Everything that you have forward. Put your all into it. You start by saying, I accept this failure, but I'm not going to dwell on it. There's a difference. Get it? I mean, that's clear, right? Good. You accept the failure, but you don't dwell on it. Failure isn't personal. Failure doesn't hate you. It happens to everybody. Failure is not personal. It's part of the success process. We learn and we move forward. Case closed. And then again, we pivot and innovate. If one business idea fails, don't quit. You adapt. You find a new approach. Amazon one again was a website to sell books. Did you even know about that? Yeah, they sell books. But now look at them. You need to learn to pivot. Something happens, pivot. And innovate consistently. Adapt. Find a new approach to everything. What personally has helped me is my MIG team. I have a community and I surround myself with people who uplift me and remind me of my potential. My assistant here is one person that I have a lot of faith in. Because Blend of Janado will say, boss, you can do it. Whilst I'm in the car just thinking, how am I going to go around this meeting? What am I going to say? And he just be my biggest cheerleader going, boss is going to kill this meeting. You need to surround yourself with the community of people who lift you up and remind you that you are forced to reckon with. And then find good mentors. I had a bit difficulty in the beginning finding some pretty good mentors, but now I have people that I look up to that I can say, yeah, these guys are good. I can trust you, and trust is easy. Like I also always say, the problem is waking up to find out you trusted the wrong person. But you need to find mentors that will be able to help you out on your path. I think I have to add again that you need to learn to execute, because faith is again nothing without action. So you keep your faith strong, but be bold and take bold strategic action. I tell my team that everybody's parent tells them they were born to be great. Someone's mother lied, because not everybody ends up being great. So whose mother's lying? Let's just make sure that our mothers are not lying. So just understand you were born to be great. Don't let one loss stop you from winning the entire game. Sometimes you might lose the game, but you win the cup. It's real. And I think Dawn's last question was uniting Black entrepreneurs. So I talk about building legacies and all of that. And she's like, how do you unite Black entrepreneurs to build legacies? Simple. We must stand together. Black wealth grows when we collaborate. I love collaborations. In fact, this year I've hired a head of partnerships and collaborations just to handle my partnerships. It's time I stop seeing my colleagues as competitors and start to connect, because your network is your net worth. Well, that's an old saying. I think that's something everybody says, right? But it's true. It's true. I know Dawn. Dawn knows me. My network is now Dawn's network. If Dawn needs a connect, I'll give it to her. If I need to reach out to someone in the Black Economics Network, I'll reach out to Dawn and she'll connect me. So that connection is important. So you have to start connecting with other Black businesses. And wealth is not just about money. You have to view it a bit differently. These kids nowadays just want to be billionaires. They just say, I want to be a billionaire, but they don't even know how many zeros you have to go before you get to a billionaire. Wealth is about influence, opportunities, and community empowerment. You need to empower your community. That's how you know you're rich. Being a village champion or being strong in your own corner does not make you wealthy. No. Having a little bit of money by yourself doesn't make you wealthy. How many people are you influencing? How many people are you collaborating with? How much opportunity are you creating for people? When COVID came, I didn't sit on my hands. I went out there. I took over supply chains that people had already abandoned because they weren't, it caused a lot of panic. Point is, I did the work. Show them the way. Show them the success strategies. And build generational wealth, not just income, because ownership is power. So own and hand over your land, your stocks, your businesses to the next generation, whilst teaching them how to sustain and expand the wealth. It is our time to thrive. Again, like Jim Moriarty said, you can feel it, feel the fear. It's okay. There's a lot of panic out there. You just don't have to fear it. So my final message to you, family on Black Economics Network, is listen, if you've got any value from this, it should be three things, okay? Just daily, break it down daily to a daily routine, number one, okay? Number two, feel it, but you don't have to fear it. You can feel the fear, but you don't have to fear the fear. I hope that makes sense. You just need to level up and thrive. And let's rise as a collective. We need to stand as one people. So my name is Dr. Maxwell Ampong. I'm the CEO of Maxwell Investments Group. I'm part of the Black Economics Network. Thank you for your time.